Welcome back. I'm Tim Adams with Tomato Productions. This week, we're going to be talking about what problem or problems does your company solve? So last week, we talked about the importance of answering the question, who are you? Establishing your identity so that when you approach people and you're talking to people about your company or about the work that you do, you have a very concise pitch, if you will, ready to go to just deliver. That explains who you are, who you're with, and what you do. And what you do should also encompass, the problem that you solve. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So the problem that you solve, why is this important? Okay, it's important because we as humans, we like to be told that there is a solution to a problem. Okay, now you probably heard in marketing that you either, identify a problem that people don't know they have, and you create a product or a service that addresses that, or you identify a problem that everybody, experiences, and you figure out a way that you can add more value to the way that you provide a solution for that. So for example, you might remember that I've used pest control as an example in the past. So let's keep with that. Okay, so pest control has a fairly basic process that they go through in terms of eradicating the problem. Okay, but the difference in experience can be very, very drastically different. It's one thing for somebody to answer the phone, Acme Pest Control, how can I help you? I've got a roach problem. How much does it cost for you to take care of that? When can you be here to take care of it? And, do you offer a guarantee? Those are probably, three of the top big issues that a pest control provider has to deal with. Okay, so let's say that Acme Pest Control comes out and they're, fairly gruff. They're focused on the problem. We're going to solve this problem, and I need access to all these places. I'm going to need to get into the crawl space, and I got to spray around the floorboards, the bottom trim on the walls just to make sure that they're not coming through. And again, very gruff, very focused on the problem, a technician, if you will. I'm here to solve a problem, and that's the level of my passion. Okay. Now, compare that to, let's say, ABC Pest Control Problem that answers the phone like this. Thank you for calling ABC Pest Control Problem, where your pests are our problem. How can I help you? Very pleasant. And they say, okay, go through the rigmarole. Okay, I have a roach problem. What does it cost? What's the guarantee? How fast can you be here? Oh, well, yeah, I can understand how big of a problem that would be. And it looks like one of our technicians can be there later this afternoon. What time works for you? Great, fantastic. If they don't show up, please call us back and we'll find out what's going on for you. Okay, so the guy arrives. He says, hi, my name is Tom. I understand you have a roach problem. Can you kind of walk me through, where did you see them? So making the experience as smooth, as customer-centric as possible will yield completely different outcomes. Acme's approach was, you have a problem, we can solve it. Just tell us, this basic information, we'll come there, we'll take care of the problem. Okay. Whereas ABC, the other guys, are more focused on the customer experience. Okay. Would it be convenient for you if, or focusing on the convenience aspect. Okay. Would later this afternoon be fine? Do you need it sooner than that? Can you wait till tomorrow? This is about how long we estimate it's going to take. We might need to come back tomorrow. Is that going to be a problem? Identifying the potential sticking points, the friction during that process, and figuring out a way to make that friction go away as much as possible will yield huge benefits for you in terms of providing a consistently good experience for your customers. That also pays long dividends by, it makes it a lot easier for your customers that have had a good experience, because you focused on what that process should look like in terms of making it as easy and smooth and pain-free as possible for your customers. That will yield really good reviews, really good ratings, and those are customers that you can then go back to and say, hey, would you mind giving us a testimonial? You can either write one out, you can leave us a review online, or if it's okay with you, we'd like to bring in a video guy and actually record your experience, because you had a particular problem, and this is a certain kind of problem that we really would like to showcase that we've got a really good solution for that, and you'd be a great candidate for that. Now, it's very important, okay, and I've stressed this before in the past, but it's very important that when you're asking for a testimonial, you don't incentivize that, okay? You don't make promises of, if you give us a great rating, or you agree to do a testimonial for us, we'll give you, a percentage off your next service, or, the next time you come in, we'll give you a percentage off, or, we're going to give you a gift card. It's very important you don't promise anything in return for those testimonials. And the reason for that is because you want your testimonials to be completely honest and completely authentic. Now, after they give you a testimonial, after that process is completed, if you feel obligated, or if you feel a thank you gift would be in order, feel free. I have no problem with that. I don't see that as being, a bad thing. It shows that you appreciate them taking the time or making the time because they had such a great experience to help you generate more business, or to tell other people about the great experience that they had. Okay, I don't have a problem with that, but as long as you're at the beginning of that process, you're not making promises to either make them feel obligated or incentivized to say good things. Okay, because search engine optimization and the way that the algorithms work and all that, they want authenticity. And I'm not saying that, if you incentivize somebody, they're going to, the search engines are going to find out and they're going to penalize you. Okay, that's not the point. The point is you want authentic reviews. You want authentic testimonials, because that's just a good way to do business. All right. So now getting back to what problems do you solve? Okay, so first we have to establish, do you solve a problem, or do you solve several different kinds of problems? Okay. So once you've established that, then it's like, okay, well, how is our solution or solutions, how is that different than, our competition? Okay, so part of that is doing research on your competition. Okay, so whatever that research looks like, I'm not going to say, do this, don't do that. It's up to you. It's industry specific. I would caution against doing industrial espionage in terms of that research, but as long as it's legal, let's just draw that line in the sand. Okay, but it's important for you to understand who your competition is and how they go about solving the same problems that you're trying to solve. Okay, because once you understand that, you can then start to separate and say, okay, well, this is how they approach that, this is how we approach that as well, and this is how it's different. Okay, there's magic in that differentiation. It's important to understand, not so that you can bad talk the competition. That's not the point. The point is to say, this is how we do it, and this is why it's different. Okay, I'm really not a big fan of the whole we do it better approach, because I think it's better to leave that decision to the viewer, to the prospect, to the lead that you're addressing. Okay, so if you can highlight all the ways that your product or your solution is different, then that kind of makes them say, okay, well, why aren't these guys saying why they're different? Maybe your competition is saying, hey, this is why we're better. Well, that can be very standoffish. That can actually push people away, because it kind of smacks of arrogance and ego. Whereas if you're saying, this is what makes us different, there's no ego there. It's just saying, hey, this is how we do it. And here's where the magic can come. Okay, once you establish this is how we do it, then you explain why you do it that way. Okay, and that is marketing gold right there, because you explain the why. You can insert things like, this is our mission. okay? And that mission informs our process, okay? This is how the process supports the mission. This is why we do it. Maybe we have corporate values that, inform and influence how we go about doing this. Maybe you could have a video that talks about, the experience that customers can expect. Again, it's all about establishing not only just these are the problems that we solve, but how you solve them and why you choose to solve them in that way. All right? So I know that was kind of meandering and all over the place, but this is critically important things, and that's why it's marketing basics. I mean, this is foundational stuff, but it's very important to get it right. And right is a moving target, okay? What's right for my company is not necessarily going to be right for yours, okay? Because we provide different services. So it's important for you to identify what is right for your company, okay? In identifying the problems that you solve, how you solve them, and why you solve them in that way. So thanks for watching. Next week, we're going to be talking about why it's important to tell your customers what to expect when they work with you. All right? So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.